Hello students, in the previous video you have learned about the meaning of civilization, its basic features, extent and Mesopotamian society. Now today I am starting with the topics trade and commerce, art and architecture, script and literature, Hammurabi's code of law, progress in science and decline of Mesopotamian society. Now let's begin with the topic trade and commerce of ancient Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia was a region which did not have many natural resources. Therefore, the people who lived there needed to trade with neighboring countries in order to acquire the resources they needed to live. Grain, oils and textiles were exchanged from Babylonia to foreign cities and exchange for timber, wine and other precious metal and stones. In addition, merchants from other countries traveled to Babylonia to exchange their goods. Merchants used several different methods for transporting their goods depending on what they were transporting. For example, grain was quite bulky and was best transported on a boat, whereas precious stones were likely to be small, so they could be transported on foot. Now, why was trade so important to early civilizations? It all depends on the need of its people. Again, peoples and countries and civilizations need to trade because they can't produce by themselves everything. They need to survive. This is where trade comes in. Trade keeps the populations of the world running. Now here, foreign trade was also flourishing in Mesopotamia, and food grains and finished goods were exported to the Mediterranean countries and Egypt. The record of business accounts was generally kept on clay tablets, and trade and commerce flourished for a long time. Now in architecture, the main Mesopotamian accomplishments were the development of urban planning, the courtyard house and ziggurats. The Sumerians were the first society to construct the city itself as a built form. The city was planned and part of its growth was organic. They also created works of art meant to glorify the gods and the king. The most common material for the Mesopotamian artist was clay. Clay was used for monumental buildings and tablets used to record history and legends. Now we get information about the Mesopotamia civilization from the archaeological remains. Materials such as mud brick, stone, wood and red brick has been a common use when constructing any form of architecture. One form of architecture constructed was the ziggurat, tall tower constructed for religious purpose. These were massive pyramid-like structures. Another example of Mesopotamian architecture are the Hanging Gardens of Babylon and are counted among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. These architectural wonders tells us that Mesopotamians were one of the most advanced civilizations in the world. Now let's talk about the scripts and literature. Over 5,000 years ago, people living in Mesopotamia developed a form of writing to record and communicate different types of information. The earliest writing was based on pictograms. Pictograms were used to communicate basic information about crops and taxes. Over time, the need for writing changed and the signs developed into a script we call cuneiform. Over thousands of years, Mesopotamian scribes recorded daily events, trade, and literature on clay tablets. Cuneiforms were used by people throughout the ancient Near East to write several different languages. Now, what is cuneiform and why is it important? The ancient Sumerians developed a written language called cuneiform. We know a great deal about the ancient Sumerian civilization from the written records they left behind. They kept excellent records and list of things. They listed their household goods. They listed their court activities. They listed their sales and purchase. They even kept a list of their kings that was updated from time to time as new kings came to power. The Sumerians never invented paper or ink, so they used tools made of wood to press the symbols into clay tablets. The Epic of Gilgamesh is an epic poem from ancient Mesopotamia that is often regarded as the earliest surviving great work of literature and the second oldest religious text after the pyramid text. So now our next topic is Hammurabi's Code of Law. Now, who was Hammurabi? Hammurabi, the ruler of Babylon, is the best known for the development of a code of laws known as the Code of Hammurabi, which was used to regulate Mesopotamian society. The Code of Hammurabi considered to be most significant code because of this code is one of the earliest set of laws found and is one of the best preserved documents of ancient Mesopotamia. The king Hammurabi made over 200 laws for Mesopotamia. It was through this code that the king looked after the weak, poor, and the needy. The Code of Hammurabi is carved on an 8-foot high stone column and lists 282 laws dealing with family, economy, civil, and criminal cases. It also prescribed different punishments depending upon the intensity of the offense or crime. The civilizations of ancient Mesopotamia brought many important advances in the areas of science and technology. They were expert in mathematics, medicine, and astronomy, and were the first to develop algebra and geometry. The Mesopotamians used a number system with the base 60. They divided time up by 60s, including a 60-second, minute, and a 60-minute hour, which we still use today. They also divided up the circle into 360 degrees. They had a wide knowledge of mathematics, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions, and fraction. This was important in keeping track of records as well as in some of their large building projects. They also made several advances in medicines. They used logic and recorded medical history to be able to diagnose and treat illness with various creams and pills. Now the decline of ancient Mesopotamian civilization. Various causes led to the decline of the Mesopotamian civilizations. The Euphrates River is lifeline of this great civilization. Unexpectedly changed its course. The region became more and more dry like a desert. Winds and sandstorms might have been responsible for the destruction of Mesopotamian civilization. Okay students, now I hope you understand the term civilization and the rise and fall of the ancient Mesopotamian civilization. Thank you.